In today's economy, more people than ever are looking to buy and sell businesses. But how do you do it? Welcome to the Deal Board, presented by Transworld Business Advisors. Straight talk about real deals and real people. Listen to stories, interviews, and expert advice to help your business sale, merger, or acquisition process. Now, here are your business exit experts, Andy and Jessica.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Deal Board. And I am jazzed up. We just got back from our conference, the Transworld. I got the book in my hand. I know that some of you are listening to this, but it was the Transworld by the Numbers conference. It was a huge attendance. All you have to do is go online and look at some of our social media and see the incredible pictures of the blue wave that was there of literally hundreds of Transworld folks. And we had some great presentations from several of our people in our network. We also had some guest speakers. I think, what stood out for me is that this conference was chock full of business advice. And so today we have a few of those things about business advice. Today we have Ryan Armstrong talking about some startup advice. Talking about business startup advice. We also have Tyler Bombardiere with us talking about requesting reviews from clients. We talked about marketing all the conference. The conference was all about going out there and market. We had our marketing partner Single Throw with us, and getting reviews is very important. So Tyler's going to tell us all about it. And then we also had a conversation from Jenn Armstrong, talking about not ready to sell, what to do, what the misconceptions are when people are not ready to sell. And we had presentations from Exit Factor, our sister organization. I met with Jessica Fiakovich talking about Exit Factor and how it's growing. I also got back from the EPI conference, which is the Exit Planning Institute, which was fantastic. And the whole exit planning industry has exploded. It really has. And so there are lots of information that we will have forthcoming, coming from that conference, coming from the Transworld conference. And then lastly, I meet real quick with JT Tatem, talking about 3 business leaders that he would have lunch with. But again, JT also spoke with Al Fiakovich, did a great one on KPIs and talking about the key performance indexes on your company, indicators and what you should look for. And they basically use this book, which I'm holding up, Traction by Gino Wickman. Traction is a guide, a book that talks about what processes to use to put your business together and have a plan. And we are currently using it at Transworld. And the EOS model is, speaking about the Exit Planning Institute, a lot of consultants are out there helping people implement traction in their company. There's all kinds of things. The Entrepreneurs Organization loves EO. There's a lot of people that really that really dig traction. So, it's a lot to put your company through traction, but it's very, very fulfilling if you get through the process, and it takes a while. But Traction, great book. And, just in general, talking about the KPIs of Transworld, at Transworld by the Numbers. And we have all kinds of statistics that we will go over in the next few episodes, and talking about all the KPIs that we see out there. For in general, what we're seeing is, while there might have been some hesitancy in approaching things like tariffs and approaching things like the economy, approaching things like looking at the interest rates and what they're going to look like moving forward, for the most part, what we're seeing in the M&A world and in the business sale world is things are rolling along. People are pushing through. And I think one of the best ways to push through is not to have procrastination. I always think that the biggest impediment to people's success is paralysis by analysis, doing too much analysis. Traction is helping you do that by coming up with rocks that you have to get done in the next quarter. But one of the other great books that we just got done reading is called Eat the Frog by Brian Tracy. Of course, it's a classic book, but this is a really quick way to go out there and stop procrastinating and get things done. And I love Eat the Frog. There are so many great things in here that will help you just not procrastinate. And the whole idea is eating a frog has got to be the most disgusting thing in the world. And one of the best things to do is when you have to get something done, just eat the frog in the beginning, get it done. But it's a great book. So we have all those real quick interviews. This is going to be a shorter episode, but we have the quick interviews that I just outlined. We also have a deal of the week and a listing of the week. And again, things have been rolling right along here at Transworld. Just got a $40 million deal done. We'll get that on deal of the week done soon in the oil industry in North Dakota. Congratulations, Fred Koenig and the M&A team for putting that deal together. I know Tony Corey down in South Carolina just got a large AC company done. I know we got a big deal done by Matt Manavi and some other folks out in California. Lots of great deals going on here at Transworld. So stick around for these interviews, and we'll catch you next time. We're rolling up toward the 200th episode, and we are getting together to have a celebration. We're about, I think, 4 episodes away. I think this will be 196, and we are headed to our 200th. So keep an eye out for that. Lots of changes coming after the 200th, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks, everybody.
Transworld Business Advisors is the world's largest business brokerage and mergers and acquisitions firm with over 1,000 brokers and nearly 250 offices worldwide. Transworld's team handles thousands of business sales every year. To be connected with a qualified business broker or learn more about the buying and selling process, visit tworld.com/thedealboard or call 888-719-9098.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. We are talking up-and-coming entrepreneurs and how to get started in this business. We've both started businesses in the past. I've started very small in some businesses. Have you done the same thing?
I have been a part of some big ones, but also small ones too, where we're trying to cash flow the first couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's hard. So what's your advice to people like that?
I think it's don't get too extravagant in the beginning. Like, just stay simple and do that one thing well.
That's great advice. I agree with you. You know, one of my first small businesses was this little pasta shop, and we just kind of like kept it really simple. We had some really good products, and we went out there and sold them. And, you know, you really got to kind of guerrilla market. I think one of the first things that I remember was just handing out flyers, and it worked so well that we were overrun in one day. But, you know, you got to do things that don't cost a lot of money. Don't overextend yourself, right?
Yeah, and utilize your vendors. I think we started a little feed and pet store, right? And in the beginning, we wanted to do a lot. And then we had to sit down and go, what can we actually accomplish well? And we had to kind of curtail some things and go like, this is what we can do well. And we were successful once we struck it down a little bit.
There you go. Well, that sounds like great advice for young and up-and-coming entrepreneurs. Hey, we have some small businesses for sale every once in a while. What's the best way to get in touch with you?
Ryan Armstrong is rarmstrong@tworld.com.
Hi, my name is Taylor Bombardiere. I'm a broker with Transworld DFW office here in Texas. Wanted to hop on here real quick and chat with you guys about asking for reviews. What are some of the best tips and best practices for requesting feedback and getting reviews, whether it be from a buyer or whether it be from a seller, in order to obviously fuel more traction, get better, higher 5-star reviews on things like Google, Yelp, just because we all know in this day and age, the first thing that most people do when they're going to be hopping on to figure out if they want to buy or sell a business is Google. How do you buy a business? How do you sell a business? And with all the traction that we have here at Transworld, we want to make sure that we're at the very, very top, and reviews are one of the ways that we ensure that. So how can we go about getting those reviews? It's always an awkward ask. Asking people to review you, asking for their feedback on you as a person and the service that you've done is always going to be a bit awkward, but it can be made a lot easier, and is always easier when you have a good relationship with the buyer or a good relationship with the seller. So one of the first things that I'm always going to do when I'm thinking about reviews is making sure that that starts in the very beginning, making sure that the relationship we have with these buyers and sellers is good to begin with, and we're communicating all the way throughout the process. People do business with people they like and trust, and that always is going to go and reflect in the review that they leave for you at the end of the day. So when do we ask for these reviews? Typically, I'm going to be asking for these reviews towards the end of the process, either when a business is sold or when a buyer has bought a business. It's fresh in their minds. They know that they are moving on to the next step of the way. You've helped them get there, and they're going to be able to write a review for you there. So anytime that the deal closes, anytime that a buyer is able to purchase a business, or even just when your relationship is coming to an end with this individual you're asking for a review with, it can be a good time to do that. It's not the only time to do it, but it's typically the best time that I find in order to go and get a review there. So what is the best practice for actually getting these reviews to be done and making sure that they're good reviews? The thing that always sticks in my head and that I want to make sure that you guys are doing is making it easy. Make it as easy as you possibly can for these individuals to go out and leave a review for you. People are busy. People have so much that they're doing, especially if they just bought a business or just sold a business. They're in that training and transition phase. And so making it easy for these individuals to go and leave a review for you is going to be the golden ticket in order to get people to actually follow through and leave those reviews for you. So what I'm going to typically do, whether it be via phone call, which is always preferred, or in an email if you need it to be, is follow up with them on the deal. Say, thanks so much for allowing me to be a part of this process. Thanks so much for trusting me with your business, trusting me with this purchase that you had, and then make the ask. So sometimes, and most of the time, it's going to go a lot like this. They're going to say, thank you so much for trusting me to assist in the sale or purchase of your business. Here are the next steps that you can expect with the training and transition period, and then go and lay those out for them. And here are the next steps that you can expect after that training and transition period, whether it be with paying taxes, prorations, whatever it may be that you have in that deal. Now, once again, thank you so much for trusting me, but there's something that you could do for me. If you could leave a review, it's always helpful for us. And if you're happy with the service that we provided, our review would be very, very appreciated. Then I'll follow up with them in that email if it was via phone call, or just include a link right in the bottom of the email to make sure that they have it right in front of them and they can get that review off to you easy. Whether it be to Google, Yelp, wherever you're trying to get these reviews done, put a link in that takes them directly to where they can leave that. They'll type it up, leave that first 5-star review for you, and then move on with their day. It's something that people can go in. It'll take 2-3 minutes max for them to type up a nice quick note, have them name drop you in there so people know that they want to reach out to you. And it's always going to be the easiest way is by giving them a link directly. So what are some of the things that you want to make sure that they include in this review? Obviously, 5-star review is going to be the best thing that you're looking for, right? We don't want someone to necessarily go on there and leave a 1-star review. So that always begins, like I mentioned, with the beginning, making sure you have a good relationship and a good transaction with these individuals you're asking for the review from. But then just say, hey, if you don't mind, mentioning my name, mentioning some of the good things that I did for you. If you're happy with the service, just a couple quick sentences on how you appreciated it, or let me know personally if there's anything that I could have done better for you. But obviously, you want to leave those out of the reviews there. So once again, reviews are one of the huge ways that we can get business. It's one of the huge ways that we can attract attention, whether it be from the buyer side or the seller side, to our businesses. The internet is the greatest tool that people are using right now, and the first step that everyone is going to do as far as getting these brokers in contact and making sure that they're following up with the right person. So getting the reviews are super helpful, and that's some of the ways that you can do it. Feel free to reach out to me directly if you have any questions. My email is taylorb@tworld.com, and happy to help. Thanks.
Hey, Jessica, you know what time it is?
Money time?
Almost. It's time for listing of the week.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. I have Ray Ives here from Transworld Business Advisors of
Schaumburg.
Schaumburg. And how did I forget that in 2 seconds? Anyway, he's got a great listing. Ray, what's your listing?
Yeah, so the listing is a fleet repair and
nice.
heavy machinery. Great listing, comes with real estate, listed at $5.5 million. So really excited about it.
Wow, we've had those types of businesses before, and they have some good good clients.
Great clients, good contracts. Like they've been in business over 25 years.
Nice.
A plethora of clients spread out. Their allocation of customers is spread out. So really, really getting excited about it.
So how much are they making? They're making money?
Yeah, they're making a lot of money. I mean, their SDE is well over $1 million.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
So this is a real business.
It's a real business, and
good management in place, kind of stuff. Good.
Everything
Wow.
is good. Tenured employees, the mechanics have been there for 10 years, and it's I think it's going to position in the market really well for a strategic buyer.
Wow. Sounds like a great deal. Ray, what's the best way to get in touch with you if somebody wants to learn more about it?
Yeah, just look up Transworld Business Advisors of Schaumburg. My cell phone number, 630-743-9988.
Excellent. Ray, thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Hey, we're here with Jenn Armstrong, and we're talking about misconceptions in the industry, one of our favorite topics. So, Jenn, what's one misconception that people have about this industry?
Often, the misconception I get all the time is when I tell them what I do. I tell them I sell their businesses.
Right.
And they say, oh, I don't need to talk to you yet. I'm not ready to do that quite yet. Well, the thing is, it does take a little while, right? It takes a while to get the business ready, to make sure that the business owner is ready to sell. So the biggest misconception is you need to talk to me early, year in advance, right? Months in advance, not when we're ready to sell the business right then and there. So
You mean you can't just point and click and sell your business
we
in
cannot just
2
put a
days?
sign. Yeah, it's not like selling a house where we put the sign in the front yard and slap some paint and move around furniture and we're ready to go.
So
It
you
does.
educate them. How do you educate them usually?
Right? So we talk about the biggest things, right? The employees. Do we have the right people in place? Do your books, right? And have you talked to your accountant within the last couple months? Or has it been a couple years before we've looked at your books?
Right.
So,
If you have the right customer mix, everything.
correct. Yes.
All right.
And the biggest thing too is to make sure you as the business owner are ready to sell, right? What's next? You've woken up every day coming to work. Now what are you going to do tomorrow? Are you going to put your feet in the sand, or are you going to maybe buy another business, or maybe come work for me?
They got to commit. They got to commit.
Exactly. Get ready to sell your business.
So any advice for business owners to get ready to sell?
Yeah. Like I said before, make sure we talk to your accountant. Make sure you have all the right people in place. Do you have a financial advisor? Your attorney, right? Is he just your brother-in-law's buddy that he met on the golf course, or is he an actual business attorney that we're ready to talk to and can help us with this process?
All great advice. What's the best way to get in touch with you?
Best way to get in touch with us at Transworld Phoenix is jarmstrong@tworld.com.
Excellent. Thanks, Jenn. Thanks so much. Hey, we're talking business advice and helping people out there in the world, and we had an interesting question for you. So if you had the ability to have dinner with 3 business leaders, who would they be and why?
Who would they be and why? And what would I ask them?
Yeah, what would you ask them
at dinner? And that's a good question. Let me start with that first piece. What would you ask them? So whatever you do, if you are going to have an opportunity to sit down with someone that you feel is influential or be a benefit, before you go and do that, write down the questions that you want to ask. Make their time worthwhile. Okay. Don't walk in and go, well, hey, I'm not sure what I want to ask. Know what you want to get out of it. So I guess my answer would be there's 3 I could think of. The first would be Jack Welch. He was the he ran GE, General Electric Credit Corp, General Electric Manufacturing for years, and he was the CEO. And in fact, the company I used to work with, United Franchise Group, who's our parent company, right? One of the main things that we put in play from GE was the ABCs. And so as you evaluate your staff and your people, who are the A players, who are the B players, and the C players? The A players are the people that you really want to continue to invest in. You're taking really good care of them. The B players, you're trying to move up into A players. And the C players, you're having conversations with and saying, hey, these are the 2 or 3 things you got to change. And if you don't, then we're going to have a different conversation.
Right.
He can't be on the team anymore. So that's really, really good stuff. And just the way he ran his company, and that there was a lot of transparency and building up of people, because people is what run your business. Then number 2 would probably be Dave Ramsey. Most people know him for the Total Money Makeover. Great for financial advice, both for you as a person and in profession. And my last would be John Maxwell. He's just an inspirational leader. He's a guy that knows how to think. He knows how to lead people. And he's written tons and tons of books on the methodology of leadership. Those would be the 3 guys. And with John, I would ask him, who do you know that I should know? Because that comes directly from one of his books.
Excellent. Great job.
Hey, Andy, do you know what time it is? It's time for our deal of the week.
Deal of the week.
Sold. Hey, welcome back, everybody. It is Deal of the Week, and we have Henry Ziff from Transworld Business Advisors of the UK. Came all the way here. We really appreciate it, Henry, as usual. You're closing some big deals. You just got a nice one done.
Yeah, great to be back on the deal board, Andy, and great to be here in Orlando. We just closed a great lift maintenance business to actually a buyer just down the street from you guys. So HIG are a kind of mid-market private equity firm. So they're doing a technical compliance roll-up in the UK. So we just helped them, or just sold a business to that group.
Nice. And it was a larger transaction?
Yeah, so it was kind of mid-single digit £1 million enterprise value, retirement sale, and then it's kind of formed part of a lift maintenance and technical services group.
So is the owner staying on for a little while?
Oh, 3 owners, 3 brothers. 2 of them are staying for a year. One's already got, the majority shareholders already left. And there's a management team behind.
That sounds like a great deal. HIG, one of the top private equity groups in Florida. Yeah. So it's nice you came all the way across the pond to find the buyer, but that's what we do. We do a worldwide search.
Exactly. So we think about buyers globally. So Sao Paulo to Sydney, across the globe through the Transworld network.
Excellent. Henry, if someone's in the UK, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Best way, give us a ring, send us an email. So I think our number's 0203 911 1059, or just send us an email at henry@transworld.com.
Excellent. Thank you, Henry.
Thanks for tuning into the show today. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends on social media. And don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review on your favorite podcasting app. If you have questions, would like to appear, or have suggestions for topics for the show, get in contact with us through our website, thedealboardpodcast.com.